Unit 7 test. Part B. Audio 1.
My name's Greg Reed, and I'm going to talk about cyclical fashion. In other words, the idea that fashion trends come and go in cycles. It's no secret that fashion works in this way, and the older you are, the more likely you've noticed it. As an undergraduate student in the 1990s, I remember wearing clothes inspired by the 1970s, like flared trousers and platform shoes. This cycle is known in the fashion industry as the 20-year rule, and it can also be seen in other areas of the arts, like music and interior design. It's the reason so many parents attempt to say, "I've seen it all before," when their children proudly display the latest fashion trends. Cyclical fashion trends were first recognized by the historian James Laver back in 1937. He'd analyzed fashion tendencies over the centuries, plotting the peaks and troughs of the different styles. By observing the patterns, he noted that attitudes to fashion choices changed over time and appeared to come in waves. His most notable observation was that fashion seemed to follow a consistent 50-year cycle, with trends lasting around 10 to 15 years. You may be wondering, of course, why we don't experience those cycles nowadays, and that's because life moves so much faster. As designers are more tuned in to shorter fashion cycles, they're anticipating new trends many years before they emerge. So why do fashions come and go? The simple answer is that we get bored of them. One of the functions of fashion is to make us stand out from the crowd. If everyone else is wearing the same thing, it's not fulfilling that function. As a result, we seek out alternative styles, and one place where we can find inspiration is in the past. Yet, while designers may aim to transport us back to our youth, they don't just copy what people were wearing 20 years ago. Instead, they take the classier elements of past trends. For instance, they might bring back the flared trouser we talked about earlier, while forgetting the platform shoes. Although designers may try to recapture elements of past trends, their designs will be influenced by consumer expectations. Towards the end of the 20th century, production techniques allowed for fast fashion to emerge, where new garments could be developed quickly and cheaply. However, interest in fast fashion is now in decline due to concerns for the environment and the poor working conditions of the people making the garments. In the light of this, designers are more prone to rely on sustainable materials and ensure workers have decent conditions. Furthermore, consumers are increasingly avoiding ethical dilemmas by buying second-hand clothes. Not only is this more economical, but it means consumers also have more influence in defining trends. Other key factors in the design of modern clothing are formality and practicality. We only have to look at the way politicians dress these days to know that dress codes of the past no longer apply. Suits and ties have been replaced by open-neck shirts and jeans, while shoes with high heels have been traded in for trainers. For that reason, any designer looking for inspiration in, say, 1950s fashion will reject the more formal elements. What's more, designers are also relying on more modern materials for their garments, which are comfier and don't wear out so quickly. As a result, their designs differ somewhat from those of times gone by. In conclusion, it's clear that fashion does go in cycles, but it's not a case of history repeating itself. Instead, an evolution takes place, which draws on the best from the past, incorporates it with modern production techniques, and situates it in the current social and economic context.